October 1991, Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Sharjah considered as a neutral venue. The desert heat is scorching. Tensions are running high, and two cricket-mad nations are about to clash in what would become one of the most controversial matches in cricket history. What happened next didn't just decide a tournament. It changed the very fabric of international cricket forever. The year was 1991, and cricket was a different beast altogether. Back then, umpires were typically from the home nation, a practice that had been the norm since cricket's inception. The main change was that both umpires in a test match and one of the umpires in a one-day international were now independent of the competing nations. Whereas before 2002, just one of the umpires in a test was independent, and in ODIs both umpires were from the home nation. The Sharjah Cricket Stadium had become cricket's melting pot. A neutral venue where India and Pakistan could face off without the political tensions that often surrounded matches on home soil. The Champions Trophy was an international limited overs cricket tournament that took place at the Sharjah Cricket Association Stadium in Sharjah, UAE, on multiple occasions between 1984 and 2003. But neutral venue didn't mean neutral umpires. And that's where our story begins. The 1991-92 Wills Trophy, named after sponsor Wills of ITC Limited, was a triangular one-day international cricket tournament held at Sharjah between 17 October and the 25th of October 1991. It involved the national cricket teams of Pakistan, West Indies and India. This wasn't just any tournament. The India-Pakistan rivalry was at its peak, with both nations desperately wanting to prove their supremacy. The stakes were high, the crowds were electric, and the pressure was immense. What made this tournament particularly special was the presence of young Pakistani fast bowler Aqib Javed, who was just 19 years old and hungry to make his mark on international cricket. Little did anyone know that his performance would become the center of one of cricket's biggest controversies. The captain stood at the center of it all. Muhammad Azharuddin leading India and Imran Khan at the helm for Pakistan. Two icons, each carrying the hopes of their nation. But it was a young Pakistani fast bowler, Aqib Javed, who would steal the spotlight with his lethal right-arm fast-medium deliveries and the ability to swing the ball both ways. During the tournament, Javed achieved something remarkable. He took a hat-trick, becoming the youngest player ever to achieve this feat in ODI cricket. But here's where the controversy erupted. As the news spread, Indian and Pakistani fans reacted in dramatically different ways. For some, it was a moment of pride. For others, a source of outrage. Indian cricket fans and officials were not celebrating this achievement. Instead, they were furious. The accusations flew thick and fast. The umpires were biased. The decisions were questionable, and Pakistan was receiving favorable treatment. The Indian team and their supporters believed that several of the wickets in Javed's hat-trick were the result of poor umpiring decisions. They argued that the umpires, who were not neutral, had given Pakistan the benefit of the doubt in crucial moments. But from Pakistan's side, the story was very different. Pakistani players and officials insisted the umpiring was fair, and that India's frustration was simply the result of defeat. For them, the accusations were an attempt to undermine a historic achievement. The final whistle blows. Pakistan has defeated India in Sharjah. Both captains meet at the center, exchanging a firm handshake, their faces reflecting the intensity of the battle just fought. At the post-match press conference, Imran Khan and the Pakistani team defend their victory, insisting the match was played fairly and that the controversy was exaggerated by the Indian side. Meanwhile, Indian officials and players voiced their frustration, claiming the umpiring was biased and the outcome unjust. The media in both countries erupts. Headlines Debates and passionate commentary fill the airwaves, each side defending its own narrative. The controversy grows, threatening to overshadow the spirit of the game and raising questions about cricket's integrity. Yet, as the dust settles, both teams stand by their perspectives. Pakistan proud of their win, India steadfast in their protest. The world watches, divided, as the echoes of Sharjah linger on. While the Sharjah controversy was a significant factor, it wasn't the only reason for introducing neutral umpires. The problems had been building for years. Political tensions. The India-Pakistan rivalry meant that every decision was scrutinized through a political lens home advantage. Teams playing at home often seemed to get favorable decisions pressure on local umpires. Umpires from the home nation faced immense pressure from crowds and media technology revolution. Television replays were beginning to expose umpiring errors more frequently. The Sharjah incident was the straw that broke the camel's back. Cricket's governing body, the International Cricket Council, the ICC, realized that something had to change. The ICC soon realized it was the way forward. One neutral umpire per test was appointed on an experimental basis in 1992, and the system was adopted 2 years later. The concept was simple but revolutionary. Instead of having umpires from one of the competing nations, matches would be officiated by umpires from neutral countries who had no stake in the outcome. Traditionalists dislike the term neutral umpires. The majority feels that word umpire by itself stands for neutral. But the reality was that perception mattered as much as reality in international cricket. The system continued to evolve. The natural progression to 2 neutrals was made in 2002, starting with India's tour of the West Indies. This meant that both umpires in international matches would be from neutral countries. The elite panel of ICC umpires was established, creating a pool of professional umpires who would travel the world, officiating matches without any national bias. These umpires became the guardians of cricket's integrity. The system wasn't perfect, controversies still arose, and technology would later introduce new challenges and solutions like the decision review system. But it was a crucial step toward making cricket fairer and more transparent. Today, as we watch modern cricket with neutral umpires, DRS, and ultra-sophisticated technology, it's easy to forget how revolutionary this change was. The Sharjah controversy of 1991 didn't just affect one tournament, it changed cricket forever. Aqib Javed's hat-trick, while controversial at the time, remains a legitimate achievement in cricket history, but its real legacy lies in how it sparked a revolution that made cricket fairer for everyone. The next time you watch an international cricket match, remember that the neutral umpires standing in the middle are there because of a controversy that erupted in the desert heat of Sharjah. Sometimes, the biggest changes in sport come from the most heated controversies. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share and subscribe for more interesting stories.